Hey there, warriors. Welcome to another video. I know it's been a few days. I'm sorry. I haven't been really having the most confidence in continuing to pursue making these videos, but I know I'm just being held down by a force of evil and suppression of my soul to bring these messages. But I am going to continue to bring these messages. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to let these demonic and evil forces hold me down because these messages are important. And maybe I'm needing to keep them a little bit brief because I think I'm overshooting my mark and making them a little bit longer, kind of going off track and talking about things that aren't really necessary to put in there and kind of just get to the point. So my intro is going to stay the same until I come up with a new intro. I'm going to have to film it and put some work into that filming and idea of a new intro. So please excuse the fact that it still says J for Justice in the intro. That's just so that I can continue to have something to segue into myself on the screen. In this case, I am gonna go through this news right here, but I'm gonna do it quickly. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I'm just gonna kind of give you my thoughts on it and where we're at, because it just seems like things are happening in repeat and nobody even cares, or a lot of people just are so unaware of what actually is taking place right now, and it's kind of frightening because it seems like they just don't care. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get right into it. The thing I saw today was 60,000 you-know-what deaths in China in the past 5 weeks. So isn't it funny, I did a video on the whole Sears summit meeting that they did. That was another like event 201 like video on how they already talked about this happening. And this is happening almost at the same rate that things were happening in 2020. Because January was when they really started ramping up this whole idea of this new deadly outbreak of this scary unknown bug that's going to go around and kill your grandparents or your parents or whatever. So they're bringing up all this stuff again. I mean, we already knew that this was going to happen because I talked about it in one of my videos before about how they were going to push the fact that because they eased the restrictions, now everybody over there is dying from it conveniently. This is just part of the game plan. Please, we need to recognize this is part of the game plan. And it's coming out, and it's in January. Much of when the big propaganda started in 2020 was in January, before they really started setting it off, and March is like when it really, took hold in the US. So is this going to take hold in March? Is it going to take hold in sometime in the spring? I really couldn't tell you, and I'm really not here to dissect that. All I know is that they do things in patterns, and they're not very original in their approach. They did an event, publicized it back in 2019, and what happens in January, all this craziness happens. What happens in March, there's declared, an emergency declared because of something that's going around. What's going to happen this year? They put something out in October of 2022. What's going to happen now? Just think about it. Please think about it. Let's just use our heads on this, because it's just stunning that people are still under the huge deception that Satan has put us under. Please wake up. So next thing we're going to talk about is transplanting uteruses. This was a pretty big one. It's by UPMC, which is funny enough, the big university medical hospital that is in Pittsburgh.
Because in the original study, the conclusion was that they would have to be cadaver-based donors or from individuals who were no longer alive, right? So live donation has been something the community has talked about for decades. It was really seen as magical thinking. This would be a live donation from a person who was assigned female at birth but identified as a transgender man. And they said, well, I have these parts, I don't want them. You want them, you need them, so what if I gave them to you? How would that work?
So Yeah, they're talking about transplanting women's uteruses to trans women so that they can try and have babies. I wonder how well this is going to go over. We're living in a true clown world, folks. We are living in a true clown world. And if we do not wake up now and step up and say, this is enough, then we are going to lose our true humanity. I know that this is all the way it's intended to go at this point. But we can still step in and try and bring people out of this delusion. It is so important that we do our jobs as children of God and God's spirits to bring these people out of this deception, this grand deception that is going to steal millions and billions of souls. All right, the next thing we have is extreme measures to stay under the debt limit by June. I ran across this a couple days ago. What are they doing? They're trying to prepare us to get ready for the financial collapse. It is coming. What are they going to do with that financial collapse? Central bank digital currencies. These are all things I've already talked about, I know. But I'm just trying to show you that these headlines, they pop up in here frequently. It's not like this is some kind of, headlines I've already went over. These are brand new. These are coming into the news cycle on the day-to-day. Like, these aren't just like things that I'm using to bring up from five months ago. This is like happened within days ago. And how many times have I talked about it up to this point? So they're going to crash the economy, whether or not it is in June, whether or not it is even in 2023. It is going to happen because it is part of the plan. I believe it probably will happen in 2023 because they need a couple years to have it fully operational by 2025. That is what their goal is. Okay, then they can have it perfected by 2030. That is the 2030 goal. It's literally in writing. It's literally on the internet. It's out there. Like, it would be one thing if you didn't know, but people, we know what is happening here. It is told to us. Well, I mean, some people don't look, but if you stumbled across this video and you knew nothing about this, listen to me. I have links in the description. I have all different kinds of information for you to go look and see for yourself, okay? Because I'm tired of preaching this to people and thinking it's just some kind of bull crap. Like, it's exhausting, and it's exhausting being called a conspiracy theorist and a nut job. And I mean, I don't care that people call me that because it really doesn't matter to me. I know I'm seeing the truth. But the point is that it's like you beat somebody's head against the wall and then you tell them a wall is not there and they believe you. It's honestly ridiculous. I'm getting tired of trying to convince people. This is really more for the people who are awake so we can prepare ourselves, because this is what's going to happen. So, in case you guys don't look at the news or haven't looked at the mainstream media, which I don't blame you, these are the stories that are coming up so we can prepare ourselves. If you're living in that delusion, you can go ahead and continue living in that delusion. I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. I'll be a conspiracy theorist. Doesn't mean anything to me. So, the next story is CDC identifies safety issue for the updated CV booster, but states people should still get it. This is in the mainstream headlines. They're telling you there's issues with the shot. And if there's issues with this shot, even if it's a booster, there is definitely issues with the first one. You can guarantee that. Now, I'm an anti-vaxxer all across the board. I don't believe in any vaccines, right? But these ones, they're actually coming out and they have to tell you because it's so bad. So, yeah, this is what's happening. They're literally not hiding it anymore. They're putting it out in the open, talking about it, telling you there's issues with this, but still get it. Still kill yourself. Come on, people. Come on. It's time. It's time to come together and shake this nastiness, this whole satanic and devilish lifestyle and evil and systems that are being put upon us, realities that are being put upon us. Just shake it off, man. Shake it off. Like, it's time. This is God's world. This is our time to shine, our time to fight for the Lord. So please, let's get it together. All right, the last thing is that I wanted to talk about. Oh, well, I wanted to talk about something else. There was this little Liquid Death commercial. I don't have a recording for it in the video, but I could play a clip from the video that they have on the website. But I tagged the website in the description. It's about vegan cannibalism, and it is bizarre. It's actually quite creepy. So another thing I found off TikTok, but it's useful. So check it out. This is the kind of stuff they're promoting and trying to show that it's trendy and cool to go down the path of cannibalism, because it's not cruelty to animals, right? It's not causing any bad emissions to our environment. If anything, it's very carbon neutral, because you're murdering people and using them as a food source. So there's less people, creating carbon and climate change.
At the Vegan Cannibal Steakhouse by Liquid Death, we believe that eating people is unethical and unnecessary. That's why we're proud to serve you and your family the world's finest plant-based, cruelty-free human meat. Because we believe you should eat what you love. Try our New Yorkerless strip steak, guiltless grilled rack of Sam, or our manless meatballs and marinara. Our human-inspired menu tastes so much like real human, after just one bite, you'll be waiting for the police to arrive. So indulge in the dining experience so authentic, even non-vegan cannibals will love it too. The Vegan Cannibal Steakhouse, where nobody gets killed. Available exclusively on Postmates. Seriously. Find out how to order at liquiddeath.com/vegancannibal.
So check it out. That's all the time I wanted to spend on that. I have the link in the description. I'll probably play a clip from the video. So let's go ahead and move on. This last thing is I have is a couple verses pulled out of the Bible. It's from Psalm chapter 121, verse 7 through 8. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Guys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen, it is time to seek our Lord, our God, our one true creator God, Christ Jesus. You need to seek him in your heart. And then to me it seems hard, because sometimes I'm not even sure if I'm doing anything right. I don't even know if I'm actually gonna end up in heaven for all this, but I will fight for him, and I will do my best, because this isn't about me. This is about helping our fellow man, because we're falling behind, and there's so many people that are going to walk into this unknowingly, and there's so many people that are going to walk into it knowingly, but they don't understand where their souls are going to go. And it makes me truly devastated, truly sad, because this is not the way existence should be. Existence shouldn't be this way. Existence should be wonderful. It should be unimaginably amazing, and it's not. It's just stagnant, and it's horrifying, really, to watch how easily our spirits, we're strong, God-given, created spirits, are just swayed by this evil, demonic, who even knows where they came from, entities that are all around. We're fighting back against them. I'm tired of it. Let's do it, warriors. I'm tired of it. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got some hope from this. It's time to stick together. Please look out for one another. Please pray for each other. I will pray for your family. Please pray for my family. Let's get through this together. And as always, go in peace.